Dog training collars are collars that are outfitted with electronic components and are usually controlled with a wireless remote to train the dog properly. They are safe and effective tools to train the dog's behavior. They are used to train the dog basic behaviors, rules and instructions. When choosing the best dog training collar, the following factors should be put into considerations. Firstly, consider is the comfort of the dog collar. It should be comfortable with the dog as it should be worn at all times. Therefore, much research should be taken before buying one, because if the dog is not comfortable, it will just go into the waste. The second thing to consider is to match the functions of the dog training collar with the surrounding. The particulars of the collar should be the best for your dog. Here, things to consider is the dog size, age group and the environment which the dog is living in. Therefore, some collars will have an impact on other dogs in your surroundings, so this should be considered very carefully. The age group of the dog is a factor to consider. Dogs in the same age group should have the same training collar. This is because most likely their behaviors are the same characters and the size. Thus, dogs in the same age group should be trained together with the same tools. This will also have a hand in cutting the cost of training. The environment which the dog is living in is also an important consideration. When buying a dog training collar, consider the different environments that your dog will be in. Thus, it's wise to consider this factor, as it is very much important so that you don't end buying tools for the wrong environment. A dog training collar should be made of high quality material. This is important since the dog is prone to digging and jumping during training. It will, therefore, be long-lasting and able to stand up to the wear and tear required. Another thing to consider is the reviews of past customers. One should take time online looking for the best websites with reviews of the past customers. This will help you in determining the best dog training collar to buy based on clients' experience. Therefore, spend much of your time researching online to have much information about them. Price is another factor to consider when buying dog training collar. Though in most cases price is attached with quality and people tend to believe the more the price the higher the quality. This information sometimes may be misleading if not well researched. The best dog training collar should be affordable and should be of high quality. Thus, the price is an important factor to consider to make sure it's well within your budget. The size of the dog training collar is also an important factor to consider before buying. One should consider the size of the dog before buying one to avoid buying oversize or small dog training collar. When the size does not match with the dog, it won't be comfortable with it, and at the end, it won't tolerate it. Therefore, size is a very important factor to consider to make sure the dog is comfortable with the training collar. Lastly, you should consider features of the dog training collar. This feature includes but not limited to a range, water resistant, and multiple dogs. In water resistance, what should be considered in this situation is that dog training collars should not be easily destroyed by water and should resist such conditions. What is meant by multiple dogs is that the dog training collar bought should be that it can be used by several dogs. In short, it should be flexible and not only be designed to fit one dog. Thus, features should be very much considered before buying dog training collar. Click on the link below to find our top recommendations as well as reviews and ratings on the latest models.